Yep, it looks good.
Okay, hello everybody, my name is Noops. I will be your host for this run and only this run, and then I'll be back in a couple hours with some more.
Hello. I'm FireStriker.
I'm Booker. I'm doing commentary.
Yeah. This is Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Birth by Sleep and Fragmented Passage, if you want to say the entire thing. It's a pretty long name.
It's a very long name.
You're just warming up your mouth to talk about the rest of the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up like an hour ago, so I'm getting some water. Alright, so we're gonna be doing beginner 90% because it's the fastest category in the game. You have significantly higher damage than the other difficulties, and mobs are generally less aggressive. So there's not really much danger, but it's real fast.
Okay, yeah, and time starts when I hit yes, so I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, and welcome to the run.
Now, 0.2 has a lot of cutscenes, most of which are unskippable, but there are some that you just straight up can't skip because SE decided it was going to be that way. I'm still mad that we don't start time after the first load because there is an immediate X press there, but whatever.
Yeah, that would be a good place to start loading. What I've done is we allowed preloading, loading up a save or a brand new game, and like loading in the game, and it makes that initial load a little bit faster.
After you load in the game once upon booting up the game itself on the PS4, it will load faster every time after that. So you just use that, save a few seconds on the first load. And Aqua has a lot of cartwheels. That is the fastest form of
Ah,
movement.
damn it.
You can... There is a little speed up thing that she does if you run normally for a few seconds, but that's just slower. This Shadow's one, you just want them to attack you so you can guard it and counter barrier, because counter barrier has a large AoE and should generally hit most of them, but sometimes they can just run away and not cooperate.
Yeah, like what's just happened there.
It's the most consistent, or inconsistent,
Yeah,
part of the run, in my opinion. But thankfully it's right at the start, so...
Consistently inconsistent is a perfect place for a speedrun.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best part.
that chest has a potion in it. We don't want it.
We don't want it. Potions are not useful in beginner mode. You take, like, no damage ever. And this is Shadows 2. Shadows 2 is like Shadows 1, but more shadows, which means more can go wrong. It's also a bigger area, which means more can just run away farther. So it's just a worse fight in general.
Yeah. My PB actually got a really like bonkers Shadows 2. The one counter guard knocked out all of them.
Yeah, that's what is good about being an early runner of this game. Then you don't have to reset for 3 hours straight to Shadows. I have done that before. It was terrible.
That's one of the 2 black cutscene skips in the game. I'm pretty sure Midget will talk about them during Kingdom Hearts 2 tomorrow, since there's more
Did
than
you get
2
the
in that.
first one? I didn't see.
Yeah, I managed to get the first one. That's the
Cool.
second time I've got it.
Okay, so this is the castle town area. Every little area of this game is a miniature part of the worlds from BBS. So this is Castle of Dreams. I almost said Enchanted Dominion. I don't know why I always mix them up. Yeah, this is Castle of Dreams, and you have to break gears. Gears emoji.
Oh, I've just
in
mucked
order...
up the combo there.
Fair. You have to break gears in order to unlock pieces of Aqua's kit. So the first thing that you got there was magic, and some magics have unique properties, like Blizzard leaves a trail that you can go behind. Thunder is just a big AoE that hits multiple enemies, and Fire is a very powerful single target spell that costs very little, and we can use it a lot to deal good damage and get a decent amount of hits in really fast. And the second gear unlocks double flight, which is just a second jump. And we're going to use that a lot because movement is actually a very large part of the game, and how we can skip certain things that the game wants us to do. This third gear unlocks situation commands, which allows us to build up arrows in the bottom corner above the command menu, and when those arrows are filled up, we can get one of a few different things. We can get Grand Magic, which is just a more powerful,
Oh, the guy hit me for the first time.
Oh, well, that's great to show off in a marathon. Yeah, the stingers. I call them stingers. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're evil, and they will hit you sometimes.
I've never had them... oh, no, there we go.
Yeah, you can get Grand Magic, which is stronger attacks than the base magic spells, or you could get Form Change Command. And form changes, they change up the length of your combo, and each hit in the combo is stronger and has more hits to it. And it's really strong, and unfortunately we're only going to use it once, hopefully.
Yeah, that's if I don't accidentally do it.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've accidentally gone Fire Spellweaver and then Blizzard because Spellweaver was at the top.
Ah, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, and I've accidentally done that in a run once. Yeah, these cutscenes with the gears are unskippable.
Yeah, the third gear unlocked Air Slide, which is just a forward long distance horizontal movement, and the last gear that you get unlocks Shot Lock, which is a very powerful burst of attack or burst of damage that works off of the focus meter, which doesn't really recover too much, but it's still powerful enough, and we use it wherever we can because of how unbelievably strong it is. Oh, I thought you actually got it.
No, I didn't. I thought I got it as well.
There's a little glitch with the start of this fight. This is Demon Tower 1, by the way. And when he's red, bad things happen, so we don't want him to be red.
Which I've accidentally made him, angered him by going Fire Blizzard instead of Blizzard Fire.
Yeah, Blizzard, or Blizzaja, which is the Grand Magic form of Blizzard, actually has stun properties to it, which allows it to make him not attack as often, and Fire forces attacks a lot more. There are also a few other things that make him attack more, like whiffing hits and doing finishers, but hopefully we never see anything like that, because it's just bad. That's why you'll never see him do the big Aqua weird finisher she does. Also,
yeah,
magic is terrible at homing, so it just goes around.
I've accidentally done a finisher there, but it hasn't angered it. It's very weird that way, where sometimes a finisher will anger the massive tower and other times it will just shrug it off.
Well, it's building up to it. Yeah, Demon Tower 1 is very finicky if you don't know the exact way to deal with all of his attacks. That was
Yeah,
almost a really good fight, but you missed the Blizzaja at first and
yeah,
did
I
the
missed
fire
that one
element
at
instead.
first. Yeah,
Otherwise, that
that
would
would
have
have been a
went a
good
lot
fight.
better.
I've only just started doing that, so
It's hard to get
yeah.
used to the optimal strats just because the game works.
I've only been running this for about probably 6 months now.
I don't remember when I started. I think it's been like 2 years. And here's the World Within. The World Within has a lot of mirrors, and these mirrors take you to different places. We need to go into 3 specific mirrors. The others are just going to take us to a random fight with a bunch of shadows. And each mirror has its own little, like, puzzle minigame type thing. The first one is a big platforming puzzle where they want you to use these mirrors that you see along the path to summon pathways to get to where you need to go. But that's slow because we have to wait for them to spawn, so we just avoid them generally we can.
This is what I call
Except for
the leap of faith, because I've got it. I usually not make. I will do the same thing about 3 different times. First time will be way too high. The next time I will be like way too low, and the third time I'll be in the middle, and nothing's changed between the 3.
yeah, we're gonna use this last mirror to summon a platform. You generally can skip it, but you have to go out of your way to do it, and that's just not worth it on beginner.
Okay,
And
she's
this is
left.
Aqua 1. Aqua 1 can do multiple different attacks. I think she has 5 different possible openings, and you have to just react to what she does. One of them needs an audio cue, and it's signaled by her laughing. Thankfully, she's vulnerable during that state, so you can do combos.
Almost went to
And
split
just-
there.
Yeah, don't do that. You're not the only one who's accidentally split.
And that was the first mirror.
Yeah. Thankfully, the first mirror is generally easy. Platforming can be kind of hard because of how the game works with its physics, but usually it shouldn't cause too many problems. And Aqua 2, you just have to walk up a set of steps 3 times, and you turn around, and she's right there. So this is probably as good a time as any for donations.
Yeah.
Alright, let's have a cheeky look. We have a $16.65 donation from Anonymous that says, "Hey, all the best for the run. Just one question. Why are your posters backwards on your wall?"
And she's left again. I'll answer that after this fight.
No worries.
Yeah, this is Aqua 2. She's just Aqua 1 but faster. That's about it. The only difference is just she's faster.
That was a really good fight. The posters on the wall behind me. I had a brilliant idea. I'll put some posters up so you're not looking at a plain wall behind me. And then I realized my TV is to the right of me, not to the left of me. I don't have a thunder, so I don't know the backup strat for that.
Just hit the urns with physical attacks.
Too late. I'll just.
Okay, then start a combo on the filler and then cancel it
I've
and
got
do another
one.
combo. This is the third pillar to go into the Aqua 3 fight. You have to break pillars, and doing so will build up hits on your situation command gauge, and we want it to be at a specific part so we can get Spellweaver, which is the form change command. Yeah, you're gonna wanna start a combo and then cancel it and do a full combo on this last one.
Yep, that's what I've just done. Don't want to walk that way. Where the... That has never happened to me before.
What happened?
I got lost.
Yeah, it's just right behind you from the pillar.
Yeah, I almost cartwheeled straight into the darkness, which would have gotten rid of all my... Where's my... That's not... Okay, this is going to be slow because,
Oh, you took
Oh
too
wait,
long.
there we go.
Okay, oh. She DM'd. Okay, yeah, we don't want to save this DM, because it
Oh, I've got another DM.
Well,
I've
that's
recently
unfortunate.
learnt a new strat for Aqua Free, which I've just sort of... Where is she? Yep, there we go. She's dead now. Yeah, I recently learnt the proper strat for that, and well, things happen.
Yeah, generally she's not too hard to deal with, since this is beginner mode, and she has like no damage compared to you.
Blizzard Trails are the fastest movement.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah,
But there's not a lot of chances to use it in the game, unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately.
So generally we just stick to dodge or cartwheels and air slides.
Upcoming is another one of those times where we can air slide through a like trigger. I'll
Yeah,
see if
this
I can
one's
pull it
weird,
up.
though. This one's really weird. I never got this one more than like 3 times ever. I go for
No,
it
I
because
didn't
it's
get it.
funny. I don't even think it saves any time.
I think it does, because you end up like at least 3 steps ahead.
Yeah, but you drop a cartwheel. These are stingers. The game wants you to think it's a forced fight, but it's not a forced fight. You can just walk past them. And the Forest of Thorns has multiple different thorns, red and normal. The normal can be broken by anything, physical attacks or any magic, but the red ones can only be broken by fire magic. And this is Darkside 1, the bane of my existence. I can never get the strat right. It's so hard, but it's okay. He's gonna do a different, safer strat because it's easier and less dumb.
Am I supposed to use the Ether on this guy?
No,
No.
I don't think so. No, you're not.
Okay, I'm gonna move back and see if I can pull it off. Ow! Dark side, please. I'll get another shot lock on the guy. Yeah, magic will not auto lock on in this game.
Yeah, you have to lock on yourself.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
Always drink water. Yeah, a fight kinda not good, but it's hard, very hard. It's one of the hardest fights in the run. Both dark side fights are insanely hard compared to like everything else for some reason. And here we have just a trail that you have to
Pretty
go
much
on.
an auto scroller if there's any donations.
Sure. We can fit like 1 in.
Let's have a look-see. There are no current donations, but I will plug the current bid war that is for the next run coming up, which is Untitled Goose Game. It is between 2 players, 1 controller, any percent glitchless, and 100%. So you get to see either a fun dynamic going through the game as quickly as possible, or you get to see someone going through the game in every little capacity that the game offers. They said if they tie, they will do a mixture of both, which I think would be absolutely hilarious. 2 players, 1 controller is currently sitting at $200.99, and 100% is currently sitting at $152.48. So if you want to snipe, you're starting to run out of time to do it.
Yeah, the game 0.2 is fast. Get on that.
Yeah, yeah. 0.2 is a very fast game. I was like thinking, how am I going to do solo commentary in this game? Be very hard.
There's a lot of like intense player inputs they have to do while also having to commentate, and it's very difficult.
And a
yeah,
lot
that
of
was
precise
Force Fight
movement.
that we couldn't really talk about because, yeah.
That was
we
probably
needed
my
to know
cleanest
about-
Forest fight in some time.
That was very good, yeah.
Hang on, I forgot to... There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna use Cure, right? Delay. I imagine you use Cure. Yes, you use Cure. Okay, so we're gonna use Cure to put ourselves in MP rage, and what that does is just allow us to use up the rest of our MP while also letting our MP refill up for this next fight, because we're gonna get all of our MP back by the time we're done with this shot lock that we're gonna do. I assume you're gonna do a shot lock.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got one of those
a full
spiky
28
balls in
shot
my...
lock. I hate going against the wall. It's just terrible. Yeah, this is Dark Side 2. It's the hardest fight in the run, in my opinion, for like no reason. And you do it first. And we're gonna use this mechanic that we aren't really supposed to. It's an unintended mechanic. So normally when you do shot lock,
I was unable to pull it off, but yeah,
normally when you do shot lock, no, you did. You did.
I did pull it off. Ooh.
Yeah. What do you think you got Fire so fast? Normally when you do shot lock, it won't count for any hits whatsoever towards the situation command meter. But if you use any magic before the shot lock orbs hit the enemy, each subsequent hit afterwards from that shot lock will count towards that magic towards the situation command engage. It's really weird. I don't know why, but yeah, that happens for some reason, and we're gonna use that a lot in the final fight just because of how like big the arena is and how long.
I'm just gonna
the
take
boss
a
is.
safety save here, just in case the game crashes.
Yeah, the game can crash like anywhere pretty much. Oh, I thought you already saved everywhere.
Ah, no, I didn't. I've
Oh.
never had the game crash in a run, but this is the area I know a lot of runners have crashed in before.
I've seen Violin crash here during a marathon. He had the infinite load crash. It was I called it out, so it was kind of funny. But it was still bad. Thankfully we didn't get that. It crashes are bad. Don't crash.
Yeah, I hope not to crash.
Don't be Jordan. Don't crash going into the final fight. Jordan has crashed going into Demon Tide before, and it has been banned.
I've been lucky,
Yeah,
all my crashes have been during practice.
A good crash, just Bandicoot. I agree.
Oh, hang on, where am I?
Oh, yeah, you went into Wayfinder too fast. So yeah, now we have Mickey, and he can just deal damage on his own with his attacks, and he can give us Wayfinder. Wayfinder is another form change, the only other one in the run, and in the game in general, and it's a very It's a very strong form, but he doesn't give it too often. He could just kind of give it whenever and wherever he wants. Like, you can literally just stand around after this fight, and he'll just give it to you. Just for no reason. Yeah, so Demon Tower 2 is Demon Tower 1 but harder, in my opinion. And yeah, it's very inconsistent, and I'm happy that you didn't even go for the new strat because it sucks and it's terrible.
Yeah, I went for the what I'm used to. That wasn't as quick as the kill I got in practice, but yeah,
It's
still,
fine.
like, I'm happy with that one.
Yeah, and here's the last stretch of the game. It's just going through a bunch of gauntlets of enemies that are completely optional, so we just run through them. You're gonna grab the Mega Ether, right?
Yeah, I'm also gonna grab the elixir to be safe.
Okay. Yeah, nice Wayfinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna grab a Mega Ether, which will fully restore everyone's MP, no matter what amount it is. So even if you're an MP Rage, and you pop the Mega Ether, you'll still get all of your MP back. And this is, over here is a Mega Elixir, and it does the same thing, but it refills everything. All health, MP, and focus. And it's
And I
right
mostly
before
use
the
it
final boss.
I use it mostly to recharge all my focus.
Yeah, because while this arena does have ways to fill up your focus, it's in these random boxes around that can kind of give you whatever the game feels like. Just yeah, RNG is a big thing in the end of the game.
And I've got no magic. Great. There we go, now I've got magic.
Oh, the Blizzard Trail. That's what you use.
And I'm still knocked. This is one of the slower patterns, isn't it?
If he's going underground, that's the slowest thing he could possibly do. Yep. Unfortunately, you kind of have to just react to whatever attack he gets you, and just deal with it. Yeah, generally, we want to make use of the shot lock into magic to give us a lot of situation commands, because they are technically free of cost and they deal a lot of damage. Like, it's honestly an absurd amount of damage how they deal for being free of cost. Thankfully, Phase 1 is nearly over. And Phase 1 is kind of... Honestly, I prefer Phase 1 to Phase 2, just because of how, like, terrible Phase 2 is to deal with.
Yeah, if you don't get phase 2 down quick enough, it is a real pain to deal with.
That's why I generally prefer to just get him at an amount of HP before his phase transition, and then just wait for an attack, and then deal a big burst of damage. So he can be at a low enough HP to skip his DM. Thankfully, you're at a very good amount of damage. And now that you use the Mega Ether, yeah, you should be fine completely. Yeah, this is phase 2. It's Shadow Tornado, and it's kind of terrible because he can just throw them at you.
Like he's doing right now.
And
if you
for, like, years.
And shouldn't have used that Mega Ether that quickly. And now I can't get up to him to attack. I'll try and... Oh, I might be able to... Oh, you tease. He's at like 1 HP.
Yeah, that happens. He's kind of a bully. Yeah, I would have said hold off on the elixir.
Yeah, I should have held off on the mega ether. Because I used the elixir at the start of wave 2 to refuel my focus to do a full shot lock.
Yeah, but you were already full on MP, so
Full
it was
on
kind of a
MP,
waste
so
of
kind of a
time.
waste of MP.
Thankfully, we can just do a few thunders, and after the DM is over. It's a very long DM, so you hopefully
And that's
never want
time.
to see it. Also, Mickey has cure, so he can just heal you.
Let's keep going.
And that was 0.2. It's very fast. There's a
Very
lot to talk
fast,
about,
very
but not enough
fun.
time to say it.
Yeah, very fun, very fast, very stressful. I love it.
Yeah. Especially if you're on great pace, going
Yeah,
into Demon Tide, or even Demon Tower 2. That's like the most stressful part of the run. And
yeah.
this is
Do we have a? Do we know? Do we know what won the bid war for Untitled Goose Game?
So I have some donos to clean up now, and the cutoff for that dono is at run start. So technically, you still have time to snipe if you would like, but we have a $22 donation from John Scobie that says, wanting to wish FireStriker good luck with the rest of the run. Also, geese are gentle and sensitive creatures that suffer serious emotional distress when confronted with a set of incomplete tasks. I'm putting this towards the 100% Untitled Goose Game run, so the goose can rest easy knowing that everything has been crossed off of its to-do list. That's a lot of ists. Okay, and then we also have a $15 donation from Softman25 that says, let's get Goose Hundo a little closer to being the run of choice up next. If anyone else wants to see it, better get those donations in. And you're literally in the last little twilight of your time. So, we also have one more donation that does not have any incentive added to it. And that is John T. S., who donated $16.65 with no message.
Yeah. So where would that? Does that
So
go to runner's
currently,
choice or?
the bid war is at 2 players, 1 controller, any percent glitchless is at $200.99, and the 100% run is $189.48. So it's up to the runners when they call that, basically. But we're done here pretty much.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I
Yup, the door to Kingdom Hearts.
yeah. It
Yeah,
is
this is pretty fun.
really
It's not the Kingdom Hearts you know.
yeah and
But even though it's
yeah.
slow,
I don't know what to say.
This game exists for one reason, and it's to tell the story of how Mickey lost his shirt, which he does in this cutscene. So, yeah, it's the best part of the game. It's the only thing that matters in this game, and it's very important to the cage lore.
with this key and
Well, no,
swords
that's
in the front
excellent.
light, we're gonna close this door.
Yeah.
Now, all we need is Riku.